The holiday season has already started, so Jeremy Renner used Twitter to share a Hawkeye Christmas card with the message, "Happy Holidays from Hawkeye's Workshop." The card shows his Hawkeye persona working on some arrows with help from Lucky the Pizza Dog. Talk about cute! Despite the fact that Hawkeye introduced a number of new characters to the MCU, many viewers have started to worry if Renner's hero will remain in the series, especially after learning that the CIA wants Hawkeye dead. So what gives? Here's everything we know. First off, what's Clint's future in the MCU? Renner has the option to make a future comeback in any number of MCU projects as long as he's still alive and hasn't officially announced his retirement. The possibilities are endless, and he could either be in an unannounced Young Avengers team, in which his experience with the original team might make him a leader, or he could appear in the Thunderbolts movie, considering his friendship with Yelena, who will play a major role in the film, and his role as the team's leader in the comics. Let's be honest though, his role as the leader of the Young Avengers would be the best. When the MCU finally puts together the superhero team, Clint and Laura Barton's performances in Hawkeye clearly show why they should lead the Young Avengers. Moving on, Clint and Laura lead the Young Avengers. It's really no surprise that throughout Phase 4 of the MCU, key Young Avengers characters have been featured. In the majority of Phase 4 films and Disney Plus shows, Billy Maximoff, Tommy Maximoff, Elijah Bradley, Kid Loki, and Cassie Lang have supporting roles, while Kate Bishop co-stars in Hawkeye with her mentor, Clint Barton, and more roles are in the works. Since the general public is so familiar with the Avengers, it stands to reason that young superheroes are also aware of the ideal characteristics of a superhero team. The Young Avengers could be looking for a fearless leader, a philanthropist, a sorcerer, a marksman, and the team's muscle. But more than anything, they will want an experienced strategist who can keep the group together under pressure. Clint Barton and Laura Barton have the potential to become the Young Avengers masterminds and mentors, similar to how the legendary Nick Fury inspired a bunch of very dissimilar heroes to cooperate. Not to mention Hawkeye was the first Avenger. Many people are under the impression that Captain America was the first Avenger, but Hawkeye was the first Avenger to be formally recruited by Nick Fury, while Captain America was frozen in thick ice. Clint managed to build his trust with S.H.I.E.L.D., while Cap was rendered useless, and he's the one who supported Black Widow and helped her escape her past to become an Avenger. Hawkeye joined Earth's mightiest heroes and played a significant role in some of their biggest battles, despite not having any extraordinary superpowers. In the end, Hawkeye gained a lot of knowledge and experience as a superhero, spy, and assassin. He's the perfect leader for the new generation of superheroes, who might not have the same resources or raw power as the Avengers did when Tony Stark was providing financial support. Clint Barton is skilled at making the most of what he has, because he can literally turn anything into a lethal weapon. That's a true skill, which even Iron Man couldn't even match. Not to mention, Hawkeye already has experience with mentoring because he's taught Kate Bishop everything he knows. And now that Kate knows how good he is as a leader, we shouldn't be surprised if we get the news soon that Clint is going to lead the Young Avengers. Following up, Clint's wife could also play an important role. Laura Barton could be the ideal commander for the Young Avengers, because now we know about her background as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and the former Mockingbird. Hawkeye not only hinted that she was an important part of Nick Fury's organization, but she also proved how good at her job she still is by proving her skills in spycraft while still being able to pass for an ordinary housewife and mother. It could be the ideal storyline where Clint educates the Young Avengers in the field while Laura teaches them how to carry out secret missions. She could also be able to help them by using whatever connections or resources she still has left over from her time working with S.H.I.E.L.D. Moving on, is Clint Barton still an Avenger? Hawkeye has never been the most popular Avenger, and his previous film appearances did little to flesh out his backstory. Hawkeye provided Marvel Studios with the opportunity to do that, as the Disney Plus series showed him mentoring Kate Bishop in a Christmas adventure set in New York. Many people wondered if Clint would die in the series after he finally got some attention, but Hawkeye's conclusion leaves room for more stories involving him. While Clint dealt with Yelena Belova and her plan to kill him, Kate spent the majority of Hawkeye Episode 6 trying to bring down her mother, Eleanor Bishop. Both of these plots involved Wilson Fisk, also known as the Kingpin, and unsurprisingly, Clint and Kate won in the end, and Clint was able to return home in time for Christmas with his family at the Barton farm as a result. He takes Kate and Lucky the Pizza Dog with him, prepared to put his past behind him. This included handing Kate the Hawkeye mantle battle and burning the Ronin suit. Clint appears prepared for retirement, which makes it unclear whether or not he's still an Avenger. But one thing's for sure, Clint doesn't seem particularly eager to wear another superhero costume. Still, whoever's in charge of Earth's mightiest heroes is unlikely to remove Hawkeye from the team officially because he hasn't exactly been written out yet. Next up, where could we see him pop up soon? Secret Invasion is a huge MCU project that could use Hawkeye in some way. The massive Marvel Comics crossover event, which included virtually all of the major characters in the comics, including Hawkeye, is being recreated in the Disney Plus series. Not to mention the announcement that Clint made about his wife being Mockingbird could be the next part of Clint's story, because in the source material, Mockingbird was a Skrull, which would make for a very exciting story. Think about it. Why else would they tease this? Considering that Hawkeye has now confirmed that Laura Barton is indeed a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, it's possible that Laura may be one of the MCU characters who's revealed to be a Skrull, thanks to Nick Fury's links to these shape-shifting aliens. If this happens, this could change Clint's storyline drastically, and it could also shed light on Marvel's decision to feature Laura's S.H.I.E.L.D. history. Now for why the CIA wanted Hawkeye dead. Black Panther Wakanda Forever reveals Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine to be the head of the CIA, which adds a confusing new layer to the mystery of why Val picked Clint Barton for assassination in Hawkeye. Director de Fontaine is also Everett Ross's ex-wife, and she had him incarcerated for helping the Wakandans. It's obvious that Val is up to no good and is creating her own Avengers-like squad, the Thunderbolts. So what could happen next? It's possible that Valentina considers Hawkeye a threat to her bigger plans. De Fontaine capitalized on Yelena Belova's grief by accusing Clint Barton of being responsible for Natasha Romanoff's death, which led to Belova being forced to assassinate Barton. It's interesting that Val hired a former Black Widow Russian assassin for Barton instead of using CIA and US government resources, because she was already the head of the CIA at the time she recruited Yelena. This shows De Fontaine wanted plausible deniability, which removed direct responsibility from her and the agency in the event that Yelena killed Hawkeye. Since Hawkeye takes place after Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Val already knows Yelena didn't murder Barton, but her intentions don't appear to be affected by Hawkeye's survival. Finally, could Hawkeye be connected to the Thunderbolts? When you think about the Marvel Comics source material, things become interesting because Hawkeye was a member of the Thunderbolts at one point and even served as their leader. Although Clint Barton and Jeremy Renner aren't Thunderbolt members in the MCU, knowing Marvel Studios' track record with the shared universe movies, Hawkeye might make an appearance, but that stuff is still top secret. Hawkeye would be better suited if he joined or engaged in combat with the Thunderbolts with his student Kate Bishop, because their team's power level is far more grounded than the Avengers. Director De Fontaine's main goal in Wakanda Forever was the US obtaining its own vibranium supply, and that might also play a role in Val's Thunderbolts plans. Val could, for instance, demand that the Thunderbolts use weapons made of vibranium, such as the shields that were made of vibranium for Red Guardian and US agents. Another possibility is that Valentina just chose to continue with her plans and ignore Clint Barton after Yelena failed to murder him. But it's odd that the CIA director ordered a hit on Clint Barton, and we still don't know why, even after she made an appearance in Wakanda Forever. Why do you think she's after Clint's life? Let us know your theories in the comments below. That's it for today. If you liked the video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content just like this.